Hello. This is not going to be a very exciting video. There's probably a chance I've made one, if not two of these. The only difference with this one is I've bought this TV for myself and I think I've made a bit of a boo-boo. Oh, why is the picture all the way over to the right-hand side? He said to himself. That's very strange. I just don't know why it is, why it should be there, but let me move it back a bit. Maybe a bit more. Okay, this could go on for quite some time. All right. That's enough. That'll do. I'll tell you why the mistake I made is because I saw this on Facebook as a Bush 32-inch smart TV, no picture. Now, it may be other reasons than a no picture. Let me switch some lights on so we can see a little bit better. But you can see from the box, I mean, I'll bring it over here. So I saw that, and I saw this, which is, I don't know if it's Vestel's most recent firmware, but it is a very recent firmware, and I know if I see this that it's going to have quite a few apps on it, and I know someone that wants one in a box. But when I got there, she said, "Oh, do you want the new box for my do you want the box of my new TV to go with it?" And so I thought, oh, so it's not this one then. So what have I bought for £15? It may not even be a smart TV now. Anyway. The way to check first of all, of course, is to look on the back and get the year, man. As you can now see by the date in the box, for those people that don't know, the four numbers in the box here, which is 1711, well, that will be the 17th of November. No, it won't. What am I talking about? Okay, you have to read it 11/17, so it's November 2017. It's been a long day. I've done so many things today. Really have. Been working on a mystery TV for a young lady that decided that she didn't want her Skybox anymore, so she disconnected her Skybox. She didn't want her Panasonic hard drive recorder anymore. She gave me that. No, she didn't. I gave her some money for it. I gave her £20 for it. But it was a really nice, it's one with a VHS and hard drive and DVD. It's not HD, but still a nice machine to have for 20, 30 quid that I gave her. Anyway, she got rid of her Sky and then asked me to tune her TV in because she said she's lost all of her channels. And I thought, well, you will do if you disconnect your Skybox. But she swore blind that she's always had Freeview. So I plugged the aerial in and we didn't get any channels. No channels at all. And you have to try and explain in a very professional way that I think she's got slightly confused. She must have been watching Sky. It was only when, and this was going on for about 45 minutes, it's only when that she explained that she used to change her TV channels using the LG remote control, not the Sky remote control, I suddenly thought, well, you must have had Freeview then. But it's not there anymore. I'm sorry, your aerial doesn't work. I plugged it in and we're getting nothing. So I'm sorry, you're going to have to think about having a new aerial put up, which is not cheap. And she was struggling again in the night. Then her son got in contact with me and said he's tried to do a reset of the TV and he can't find any Freeview channels. Would I have any idea? And I just said it must have lost its aerial programming overnight, or the TV's just lost its tuning. One of those two. She did pull all the wires out. Maybe she pulled some wires out while it was live. Anyway, I agreed to go back up and look, and I took another TV so I could test the aerial on a different TV. And no tuning happened on the new TV that I took up there. And then I suddenly looked under her table, and what she got under her table, she told me she hadn't got an amplifier or anything, but she'd got a connection. And when she yanked the TV aerial out of the TV, she'd pulled the little male-female aerial connection apart. So it's been one of those days there getting that done. Anyway, sorry, I digress. So this, apparently, is a backlight issue. So let's plug it in and see if it is a backlight issue. Switch some lights off. It didn't come with a remote control, but all of a sudden after a tidy up today I found loads of Vestel remote controls that I didn't think I had. But I now think I have. But I can't find them. There it is. Bush remote control. Has it got batteries in? Didn't I just put some batteries in? Yes, I've been testing this on something. So it operates this TV. That's a start. Please don't show me a cracked screen. I will fade up this other cam, not that you can see much. Let's just have a look, see if... I mean, seeing as this is from 2017, I can't remember what the software was for 2017. And bearing in mind that's now 5 years ago. I'm surprised I'm not seeing anything. Let me press a menu button, see what happens. No. Ah, now I am. Oh, I'm seeing these on the left hand side. Okay. I'm seeing icons down here. So it is the older software. We'll put some new backlights in it, shall we? And we shall just see if it's worth selling on. Maybe it isn't. Maybe this is going to be too old. Some of the real older ones have lost the Netflix and the YouTube. We'll see what this one has. I did show you the model number, didn't I? Or did I just show you the date? Because with the model number, if I'd have seen that model number, DLED 32, I'd have realised it was quite an old TV. But as long as it's still smart, and has all the smart services, and by all the smart services, I mean as long as it's got iPlayer, YouTube, and Netflix. That's the other one that's the one I was trying to think of. And it's still a smart TV, and there's still a few pennies to be made. The young lady, she told me that she'd had a quote of £100 labour. He couldn't give her a quote for the price of the part. Where did I get this from? Oh, it was... Well, it's about 30 miles away from me. And so I agreed to purchase it only when I'm passing, and I'm usually passing there once every 2 weeks or so. And she said she did have somebody look at it and quoted £100 labour. How can it be £100 labour? And then part would be extra, but he didn't know how much the part was. So she thought, that seems like a lot. So she turned it down, and it is a lot. It's a 32-inch, so I would charge £32 labour. That's how it works out. Bigger the screen, bit more labour, and then the part on top. Which I think would be about £15–20 for the set of LEDs for these. And of course it's a 32. How many 32 inches? I think I consciously recorded a video almost every night last week and the week before, and you will remember the majority of the videos I was doing, especially in here, not the main workshop, but here, were the 32 inches. You know, get loads of them. Some of the newer ones probably a bit more expensive. Well, I don't know if they are for the LEDs, the Vestel ones, but anyway. I wouldn't imagine these are very expensive to buy new, the 32 inches. I would imagine they're 160 quid in Argos, something like that. So I don't know how you can go looking at, you know, £100 for labour and... But anyway, we're all different. Is that now going to come off? It is. Shall we have a look at the boards? Main board is a 17MB 110P and a 17 IPS 62 for the power board. It's Wi-Fi, which is something. Not all of them used to be, but I would have thought by 2017 they'd have become Wi-Fi. Just got to start dismantling a few things now, haven't I? Okay. I've just turned the brightness up and the contrast on this camera here because it was looking terribly dark. It seems to have made a difference, which I'm pleased about. I suppose I could get rid of that annoying window thing now, couldn't I? Window thing. The annoying camera, hang on. That's a bit better. I shall be putting a brand new set of backlights in here. It's pointless just putting one strip in, because once they start to go, they all start to go. On these anyway. And people like these TVs. And of course, as I've always said in the past, if I'm selling, I've got to give I don't have to give a year's warranty. I have to give 3 months. But I don't have to give a year. One thing I will do is get the exact remote control for this, because that remote control I've got here, which is the one you can see over here. That one. That's for a newer set, and I don't think if I were to press the Netflix, I don't think this is a Freeview Play TV. And sometimes if you give customers this remote and they press Netflix there and it doesn't work, rather than pressing the home button to get into Netflix, they'll think the TV is faulty. So I might as well give the correct remote control. Don't you think, eh? Don't you think? Okay, I will get the LED tester out, but I'll just remove the LEDs from the power board, and I do that by quite simply just doing that. Ha. And then switching on my LED tester. That's my soldering iron, not my LED tester. Dim the lights, but since I've upped the brightness and the contrast, and you can possibly tell I have now. Ooh, I've still not switched on the... Here we go. Nope, not changing. So maybe there is a fault on both sides. I'm not getting anything there. Oh, okay. So the whole of the top section are lighting up, 29.7 volts. But it's the bottom section which has its problem. So I'm going to go looking for a new set. Hang on. Need to put some lights on so I can see underneath. Always double check just in case, but I've never known any Vestel 32 be other than 2 strips of 11. Unless you're going back to the old days of the fluorescent tubes. So I'm just going to ping these off. There they go. Ooh, they're going everywhere. I'm still trying to be gentle because you know, don't want to be a thug. But even though this top section is working, this strip's working, it's going to go in the bin. Because it's only a matter of days before it becomes a non-working strip. My God, the picture looks really washed out now. Sorry about that. With all the lights on. It'll do for now. Right. Just throw these in the bin. Ready? Repaired a 49-inch JVC Vestel Fire TV. Have you come across these yet? Oh my goodness. Very slow. Very slow. I had to put a new main board in one. But they seem to be focusing more now on the apps than anything else. I mean, the way forward is that, of course. We all know that in a few years' time, a lot of TV channels will stop being the live TV channel. Well, I'm guessing they will be. You know, there's very few of us now. I've got to be careful saying that because I don't know this for a fact. But, you know, do you still think, oh, it's Wednesday, Coronation Street's on tonight, if you watch Coronation Street, or Tuesday, it's Holby? You just go to the iPlayer and wait for the latest edition, don't you? Or well, if you don't, you're going to be doing that in the future because obviously times are changing. Let's plug the backlights back in. And let me get the mains cable. Switch on and see what happens. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. Maybe I have to put the IR sensor in, maybe I don't. Lovely. Right, I won't bore you with the reassemble stuff, but we will have a look on the apps and just see what firmware this has got, and is it too old to sell? Let's turn it on, baby. I'm going to plug the old Ethernet. I still don't know which way to say it. Ethernet? How do we say it in the UK? I've become all globalised. This remote control will turn the TV on, but I don't think it'll bring Netflix automatically up. I don't think. But I'll have a go. I'll just zoom in for a second. So what's going to happen when I hit the Netflix button then? Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting that. Let me press exit. Of course, that's going to take some time now. Because if I can use this remote control, I will. I think I'd better tell it that it's wired first, hadn't I? So let's go into the settings. I'm probably down to internet, I would have thought, for this. Oh, it is a Freeview Play TV. Okay, so I think that remote's going to be fine. I'll get another one of those remotes. Settings, network, internet settings. Come on. Yes, and it thinks it's wireless. So let's just make it wired. Wait for it to say connected. I don't know how much you can see. We're waiting for that to stop saying not connected to say connected. Then I'll exit. So, well, it should. The Freeview Play button should work. It should. Needs the TV to be tuned in. Okay. What about Prime? Okay, it's not got Prime, so maybe yes. What has it got, internet-wise? And what can I press on here to tell me? Nothing. Smart, does that do it? Okay. You'd think I know all these things off by heart, but you have to remember. We deal with so many televisions that you just forget and you move on to the next one and the last 2 or 3 that you've remembered. It's got more than I anticipated it would have. Netflix, YouTube, 4, ITV, iPlayer, My5, Google. So yes, I mean, it really has got everything. It's got Rakuten as well, which I'm quite a fan of. I don't know what Flickr is. It seems to have everything but Prime. So I can still flog that as a smart TV. Anyway, I didn't test the audio, did I? Oh well. Let's just give it one. Let's give the audio one test, otherwise there will be people in the comments. And that it will give me a chance to test the YouTube app on the remote control. Looks like it's going to work. Oh, okay. I thought the YouTube app was going to work. No. Well, I'm sure if I go into the internet settings again and open up Smart TV and then go down to YouTube. It did have YouTube, didn't it? I can't remember seeing YouTube now. BBC iPlayer, Netflix. Yes. There's we go. Just want to test the audio, because mistakes are made sometimes, obviously. And I've made quite a few. Heavy black screen, very strong rain, heavy thunder. Okay, well, that'll give us some noise. Do you know what? That sounds quite nice, doesn't it? After months and months and months of sunshine and no rain, a good thunderstorm is what we need. Only for a day or two, and then bring the sunshine back. So yes, after all that, the audio works. Wonderful. Thanks for watching. Nothing exciting again. I have got some different stuff coming up, but I've just got to get some things out of the way. There are some things that are in the back room in the house, which used to be an old workshop, and I just want to get those TVs out and moved out so I can move some other stuff in. This wasn't one of them. This was one I just picked up the other day, but you know, they always jump the queue. See you soon.